once you've printed off your work, like this example here on A3 paper, we're going to kind of work into them with some of the mark making techniques that you've done with the previous homework or with Monday's homework. So you've done hopefully a sheet of mark making techniques. Obviously this one's just printed off the internet because I haven't had time to do my own, but yours obviously will look similar to here, but probably without these writing bits on here. Now, as I said, I'm going to use probably a cross-hatching effect, and what I'm going to do is my first task using Paul's guide is just to kind of, I suppose, trace over it, kind of hide the original drawing, because we don't really want the moderator seeing or knowing that we've kind of drawn over it. And then once we've done that, we can start working in to our design in a style of the artist that we've chosen. I suppose the easiest thing really to do is, first of all, the first part of it is just to trace over the line, just to hide the original SketchUp line, which is there. And then I need to kind of add shadow to it. Now, to add shadow to it, I can pick any of these techniques I've used to apply a darker tone to my piece of work. So I could use cross-hatching, I could use directional, I could use lines. I'm going to use lines to illustrate where my shadow is coming. So if the light's coming from this side here, everything on this side, or a lot of stuff on this side, would be in shadow. So to do that, I'm just going to use diagonal lines, just coming down here, and then apply that to here as well. But I could use cross hatching from the technique sheet, or dashes, or scribble, or any of the techniques that you've used really. That's what I'm going to do, work in mine. The next bit in the process is to add elements of the artist you've looked at. So in my case, I'm doing Barbara Hepworth. And with Barbara Hepworth, I quite like these circle bits here and these kind of lines, both this kind of vertical line going down here, this box here, and this kind of circle here. So I'm going to put that, I'm going to start applying elements of that to my work here. Now I can use any of the elements of here, it doesn't have to be that picture. Anything in this you think I could add that to my design. Maybe I could kind of put in some lines here which Barbara Hepworth does. So for example, maybe on this one here, I'm going to use these lines here and just have that as a reference to one side there, and I'm going to copy those lines coming down here into this work here. And hopefully you can see how I've incorporated elements of Hepworth's work here into there. And I'm also going to kind of put some of that circle stuff on and square stuff onto here. So maybe I'll just move this down, just have that as a reference. So this is what this line here, this circle here, and this square here, I'm going to try and put into my design. So it's like a combination of my original SketchUp model and Barbara Hepworth's drawing, painting even. So I have like a fusion of styles into my work. I can do that with all of them. So hopefully you can see how I've added even elements of Hepworth into my work. So with this one here, I added the circular section of Hepworth's painting here into here. I took these sections here, these little kind of flicks, and put them into the work here. and I also put those flicks into this bottom section here, and then finally this kind of shape here I took back from here, so this is the kind of shape I took there. So hopefully you're able to see elements of Hepworth, Barbara Hepworth, into my work here. And the next step is to add colour to those. So you can use two things to kind of add colour. You can use pencils, coloured pencils if you wish to, or you can use marker pen as well. And the idea is, if you need marker pens, by the way, you might have to come to to the 3D room, kind of grab them off me. The idea is to work into these and add colour to kind of, kind of bring them alive. So I'm going to use marker pen, but you can use coloured pencils if you wish to. There's no kind of, no kind of certain way or set way you have to do it. You can use colours, coloured pencils or coloured markers. Either way is fine with me. Now, in this one I've used marker, in this one I've used pencil. They do have advantages in both ways. The marker will just give me a flat colour, so I don't have much opportunity to change or kind of display tone or shading where it goes from one to the other like it does in this one here, but it does give me a flat colour. Now I might have to work in again with pen over the marker because when we use the marker it will make the, because it'll make the kind of the original ink, which in this case is black pen, bleed a little. So I need to get the definition by working back into that with my pen. Now, in contrast to that, the pencil does give me a bit more control. I can by using the pencil, by kind of pressing hard and then kind of bringing it lighter in kind of application, I can have more control over shading. So it's up to you how you want to work. I'd probably be tempted to do pencil, coloured pencil, more so than markers, but if you prefer to work on markers, that's fine as well.